and welcome to Catholic Current, where we give you an update on events affecting the Church in the United States. From Washington, D.C., I'm Mara Moser. Since 1973, the Catholic Church has observed October as Respect Life Month. To commemorate the 50th anniversary of Respect Life Month, Bishop Michael Burbidge, chair of the Committee on Pro-Life Activities, encourages all Catholics to embrace radical solidarity with women who are pregnant or raising children in difficult circumstances. He released a statement on living radical solidarity, saying that the most immediate way to save babies and mothers from abortion is to thoroughly surround mothers in need with life-giving support. Bishop Burbidge explained that radical solidarity with vulnerable mothers means putting our love for them into action and putting their needs before our own. This requires our individual personal commitment to help with material, emotional, and spiritual support. Some questions to keep in mind include: what is happening in your area to help pregnant women or moms in need? What are the needs? What are your gifts or talents? And how can you adjust your schedule or your budget to help? Bishop Burbidge offered some examples of ways to help, such as volunteer at a local pregnancy center, help an expectant mother find stable housing, babysit so a mom can work or take a class, and talk with your pastor about starting a Walking with Moms in Need program in your parish. You can read the full statement on the USCCB website. More than 100 bishops from around the world recently attended the Vatican School for New Bishops. The week began with the celebration of Mass, and it ended with an audience with Pope Francis. In between were daily meetings with all of the Vatican dicasteries. The theme of this year's new bishop formation course was synodality. Catholic Current spoke with Bishop Jeffrey Fleming of Great Falls, Montana, about his experience. What struck you as part of this program? Do you have a favorite part?
Again, probably visiting with the Pope, but also before we did that on Saturday. So that was our last day. They bussed us to St. Peter's Basilica and we celebrated Mass together. And at the end of Mass, as we processed out, we processed to the tomb of St. Peter, and we could pray there for a few minutes. That also was really moving for me. I went back to St. Peter's the next day and just spent some time at the tombs of various popes, just knowing that connection that we have. So that, again, that change of perspective, to see the church in a bigger light than I guess knew before. It was my first time to Rome, so.
It sounds like a really beautiful experience. Thank you very much. We really appreciate you taking the time to speak with us today.
Thank you.
All right, God bless. Bishop Michael Izen, Auxiliary Bishop of St. Paul in Minneapolis, was also in attendance. So I understand that the theme of the program was the synodality. What other kind of themes emerged during the week?
You know, you could certainly tell in the beginning that it was some of the themes from the synod, like the need to dialogue, the need to be a listening church. Bishops need to listen, and in some sense, it was like, well, as pastors, you know, we've been doing this. We need to listen, and they'd say, you know, listen to what's said and what's not said. You know, I'd heard that little saying before. So certainly the focus the first day or so was on dialogue and being a listening church. But then I would say it just depended on the dicastery. So when we talked about evangelization, you know, spoke about like evangelizing 101 and how it's not you're not evangelizing to those who are already churched. You're going out beyond the boundaries. Dicastery for missions spoke a little bit how about evangelization works different in other countries. So it just depended.
Thanks for joining us for this edition of Catholic Current. You can find out more about any of this week's topics by visiting us online at usccb.org or follow us on social media at USCCB. I'm Mara Moser. See you next week.